Last week, you guys know I was in Japan, unforgettable experience, and the Crown was almost like the center point of the entire trip. Yes, I went to the Japan Mobility Show where I saw tons of new concepts, including the production versions of this Crown Sedan that we're going to talk about today, as well as the Crown Sport was there. So many of the old taxis are still the shortened, smaller Crown vehicles. Super smooth, even though they're like 20 years old, they ride like they're brand new luxury cars. The Crown is such an important and integral vehicle for the society over in Japan, and they're going to be getting 4 different Crown models. And I was lucky enough to get my hands on this Crown Sedan. Will we see this Crown Sedan in the United States? Well, the chances are probably less than like 5%, I would say. This is how I see it. It's kind of like a replacement for the Lexus GS. It's maybe a little bit smaller than the Alice, but look how long this wheelbase is. This is a true luxury sedan. It has a ton of presence seeing it in person. It is probably my favorite of all the Crown models that was announced in this past year or so. So today we're going to talk about the Crown Sedan. It is launching in Japan. And then we'll also take a quick look and talk about the next Crown that's coming for North America, the Crown Estate. There are 2 powertrains for the new Crown. I saw both of these variants while I was in Japan. The first time around, I saw the hybrid, and the second time around at the auto show, they had the fuel cell. So the fuel cell is essentially, from my understanding, the same setup that we have in the Mirai. And the hybrid is equipped. So this is finally, we get information on the hybrid. We had no idea what kind of hybrid. I was assuming V6 hybrid. No, the hybrid is equipped with a 2.5-liter multi-stage hybrid system, achieving both powerful dynamic performance and fuel efficiency. So the old Crown, the one that this is replacing, had a 3.5-liter V6 multi-stage hybrid system. So I want to read more about this to see what kind of differences are going to be with it. The press release then gets into the interior exterior, which we'll go over the images in a little bit. But I want to read about the 2.5-liter multi-stage hybrid. So the Crown Sedan is the first Toyota vehicle equipped with a newly developed 2.5-liter multi-stage hybrid system. The engine and 2 motors combined with stepped gears achieve a driving torque that supports acceleration from all speed ranges. And the system maximum engine output is available from around 43 kilometers per hour compared to 140 kilometers per hour with existing systems. Engine revs stay low at high speeds, enabling quiet operation with low fuel consumption. While downsizing engine displacement, both powerful dynamic performance and fuel efficiency are achieved. After doing some digging, I actually found more information on the 2.5-liter multi-stage hybrid setup. It's 180 kilowatts, which is 245 PS. 245 PS is roughly 240 horsepower. 18 kilometers per liter is roughly 42 miles per gallon. But you got to keep in mind that is on a different cycle than ours in the United States. So it's probably a little bit less than 40. And that 245 horsepower is down 100 horsepower from the outgoing V6 hybrid setup. So we're going from 354 horsepower in the Crown Hybrid V6 down to 245 horsepower. Yes, fuel economy is going to go up massively, but at the cost of all that performance when you have a sedan that looks like this, should have been a plug-in hybrid or a V6 hybrid. I'm almost happy we don't get this Crown here because it has been what I would call nerfed. There is accessory power for both powertrains. The fuel cell actually has an external power supply. You can supply high output power to your home or electrical appliances. So vehicle to load, absolutely. Then the fuel cell and hybrid allow you to use traditional products from your house with the 1500 watt AC adapter. You can use it while the vehicle is running, also when the vehicle is stopped. They're only expecting to sell 600 of these Crown sedans per month. And here's the thing, it's also shares a lot with the Mirai. It has the GAL platform, which shares with the LC500 and the Lexus LS. I'm pretty sure the LC is also built in the Motomachi plant. I'm not 100% sure on the Lexus LS. So this is different than the hybrids we see in the pickup trucks. It's different than the hybrids that we see in the rest of the lineup. So we're talking a dual motor that sits behind the engine that also has 4 fixed gears and then simulates the rest of the gears up to 10. So there's 6 simulated gears, 4 fixed gears. I would assume they haven't changed it. That is from the old multi-stage hybrid with the V6 that we see in the LS hybrid, the old Crown hybrid, and the LC hybrid. All right, going to the Crown landing page for the common person. It's time for Crown. Here's the Crown debut. This thing is absolutely stunning. It had so much presence in person. We also have Tour of the World. What is this? We have a new video here 7 hours ago. So we have a brand new video here. I'm going to cut the audio so I don't get copyright strike. But we're going to watch this together for the first time to see what's going on here. If we get any cool stuff coming out of this video. There's a Crown Sport. There's a Crown Estate. There's the Crown that we currently have. Look at all of them leaving the garage at the same time. See, they call that the Crown Crossover. Okay, let's go back. The Crown Crossover, they just call this the Crown. Interesting, right? Crown Crossover, normal Crown, Crown Sport, and then the Estate, guys. This is the model that's coming to the United States. I will debut it for you on the channel. We won't get the cool Crown badging on the front, but this is coming. Think of it as a lifted Camry wagon. It will have hybrid and plug-in hybrid capability. Maybe not plug-in hybrid at launch. We know how hard it is to get your hands on a RAV4 Prime, for example. But yeah, there's the Crown lineup looking pretty cool. We also have this new video as well. It's all in Japanese. At least some of the words are here in English. But yeah, this is talking about the fuel cell, which the fuel cell, whatever. Like, it is only applicable to very, 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 very small market inside of Japan. So it's not something for me even worth talking about. The hybrid that we see, the 2.5 liter is the one. Now, I wish it was a plug-in hybrid. If they have all this space in this Crown sedan for tanks, for the fuel cell, why wouldn't they have enough space to put in enough batteries for a plug-in hybrid setup? It's unacceptable, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think the 2.5 liter multi-stage is good enough? Not in my opinion. They should have made it a plug-in hybrid. But yeah, maybe that would have required too much engineering and too much cost because this is a rear-wheel drive platform. We don't have any plug-in hybrids from Toyota on a rear-wheel drive bias platform. The Crown Estate, guys, this is coming to the United States. It will likely not be called the Crown Estate. Now, take this for what it's worth. There has been a trademark for Toyota Crown Signia here in the United States, and we know we're not getting a whole lot of Crown models. So there's a possibility, to take that with a grain of salt, that it could be called the Crown Signia. But yeah, it could also just be called Crown Estate. But Estate doesn't have any sort of precedence in the United States. No one uses that word, estate. It's typically only associated with property or inheritance in the United States. So this one, it's a possibility, but let's get back to this model right here. Hopefully we get in the bronze. There's some cool color combinations here that we get for this model. You have the blacked out roof, but there's a light roof as well. Now, you could be able to get in a hybrid, which is going to be the 2.5 liter hybrid with around 239, 236 horsepower, somewhere around there. And there's also going to be the plug-in hybrid. Again, even though this says it's coming in 2023, that's for the Japanese market. Actually, this has been delayed. So these numbers are not accurate anymore because the Crown Estate got pushed back till first quarter, maybe February or March or so. But we will get the announcement in just a few weeks, more than likely because of Toyota's teaser for the LA Auto Show. And we know that we're probably going to get a new Camry design, a redesign for the 9th gen, and it'll be alongside of, essentially how I see this, is the Camry wagon, the return of the Camry wagon. In some ways, this is also a competitor to the Subaru Outback. So I think it looks way better than a Subaru Outback. The design's cool. I like the two-tone. I am going to be a big fan of the plug-in hybrid powertrain, over 300 horsepower, 40 plus miles of EV range. We won't get that delicious Crown badge that you just saw on the screen, and you won't get it on the inside. I like the light bar on the back. It looks pretty edgy. What is this going to do to the Lexus lineup? I think it looks better than the RX. It looks just as good as the NX, except more functional. And we got that cool hammerhead design that we saw debut on the new Crown, except it's a little bit more edgy here. It's not quite as fat, I would say. It's a little bit more slimmed down. We will have the same back to this. It'll say Crown on the back with the Toyota logo, but we won't get that cool Crown logo. It'll have the Toyota logo. Blacked out surroundings around the fog lights, kind of like that spindle body grille kind of that we see on Lexus models, that where the grille is implemented into the bumper. It kind of fades into solidness, and then also on the other end, it fades into a more porous grille where air can get through. We see that design even on the new Toyota Century SUV that I also detailed for you guys when I was in Japan. So here's more pictures of the Crown, single color combinations here. Red will look great in red. Really excited for that copper. You can get it in the black roof combinations, but it looks like there's one color combination where you have a silver roof, which would be better for me here in Florida, since a black roof would make it hotter than it needs to be. Anyways, doesn't mean we're going to get those colors. Look at the Prius as well. We don't get that mustard color, which is the showcase color for the car in every other market other than the United States. The interior here, it's just more roomy than we have in the current Crown. It's exactly the same screen, same volume knob, same vent design, same steering wheel, same screen behind the steering wheel, same shifter, same cup holders. It's just that the floor can fold completely flat here. So you can make this an amazing road trip vehicle. People can live out it if they want, not as accommodating as the Koyo Bako EV van that I really want to come to the United States. But yeah, what do you think about the interior? I think this blue looks cool. I like the brown, which I typically don't, but you know, it's well done here because the brown has the show instead of the black taking over the brown. So it's just nicely two-tone here. Then you have a fully black. I would have liked a lighter interior as well, like a cream or a tan. But yeah, dark brown and blue is, I mean, the blue is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Looks pretty. And what other cars have a blue-like interior? There are not many. So that's about it on the Crown Estate and the Crown Sedan. That essentially rounds out the Crowns. Just a few weeks ago, the other Crown launched in Japan, the Crown Sport. So now we're just waiting for the Crown Estate to launch, and the announcement will actually be coming from the United States. I'll probably have a dual announcement for the Crown Estate in just a few weeks' time. One in Japan, one in the United States. Will probably go live around the same time. When we did the Crown reveal here in the United States, they just revealed this Crown, where they revealed the whole Crown lineup for the Japan press release. I wouldn't be surprised, even though I'll get hands-on this model at the LA Auto Show. We'll probably get more information as well coming from Japan around the same time. So definitely make sure you're subscribed. I'll give you guys all the details, all the information on the Crown lineup as it starts hitting the market, and should be done hitting the market by the end of 2024. Why do I say the end? Because I don't expect the plug-in hybrid powertrains for these models and fuel cell, maybe to be available at launch. So plug-in hybrid is going to come for this model in the United States. Could it come to the Crown that we currently have? I suppose it could eventually come. I just don't think there would be that much interest. There's not that much interest in that car to begin with. They're kind of sitting around on lots, even though it's fantastic. But it, a Lexus ES is arguably a better vehicle, and you get that Lexus Prestige. But the Crown Prestige is pretty cool if you're a fan of Japanese cars. Anyways, I'm pretty jazzed for the Crown lineup. If you can't tell, I'm still running on that high coming over from Japan, seeing all the cool Crown models over there, old ones, new ones, all the unique variants as well. It was an absolute treat. So thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one, signing out, and I'll see you in LA when I debut the new Crown Estate, or Crown whatever they're going to call it over there. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.